for an adult audience. Loveline may contain sexually oriented content. Listener discretion is advised. Listener discretion is advised. This is Loveline. Loveline. With Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Hey, everybody, it's Loveline. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Where's Dr. Drew tonight?
He is in Detroit, Michigan.
Oh,
nice.
That a-hole. When's he coming on the line? You're in
Thanks.
Detroit. All right.
You could have been here with me, remember, by the way. You were supposed to have been here with me.
No, it was not, Drew.
Where's Dr. Drew?
You had the infinite wisdom to say no.
I say no to many, many, many things, Drew. You say no to nothing. The only thing you say no to is saying no. Dr. Drew is a board-certified physician and addiction medicine specialist.
No.
Charlie, huh?
No.
Yeah, he said no. Charlie O'Connell is here tonight. He is the new Bachelor. Best season yet. By far. By a wide margin.
No, thanks for having me, guys.
It is our pleasure. I've been watching the show. As I said before I knew Charlie was coming on, the show's had a renaissance.
Yeah, it's completely different. Just right from the beginning, when they asked me to do it, I thought, I'm not the stiff in the suit that wants to go around and make it a fairy tale.
Right.
If you want to find love on it, you gotta take away the Cinderella story and be real.
Is Charlie, by the way, is Jerry O'Connell's brother, or vice versa, and vice versa. Jerry, great guy. We've probably haven't had on the show in a little while, but Charlie and Jerry live together when you're in Los Angeles, right?
Yeah, for the most part. He lives the apartment right above me. But
And
You know
then,
what's funny? They have the same. They have the same rhythm meter in their voice.
we have the same parents, too.
I think that's cool.
And they look remarkably alike without looking like twins. I don't know how that works, but you can clearly see both you and both of you, but you don't look like twins.
Same genetic pool.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, I
know what you
my
mean.
sister and I look nothing. My sister has a hair like Tom Petty, and I got like a Brillo head. I don't know, how does that work, Drew? Why does some siblings seem to be dead on and others are way off?
They have different
Anyone
fathers.
know? Different dads.
Michael
Okay.
and LaToya look alike.
Yeah. They're like same
plastic surgeon. Same surgeon.
He's only had, you can always tell when celebrities are lying because they have to do a little thinking about stuff you'd never have to think about. Like how many nose jobs you had, Michael? 1, 2. You don't know? Drew, how many hernia surgeries have you had?
One that they did too.
I had one.
I had one too. Wow. It's a lot of hernia between the three gents.
A lot of love.
What'd they do back in the day, Drew? 500 years ago, everyone just died?
Well, what happens to some people is your intestines start falling down into your testy. It's a lovely thing. Yeah, so you get this huge, you get a huge swollen testicle with a bunch of bowel in it.
Yeah.
It's lovely.
All right.
Yeah.
I just mean that would the three of us just have eventually died from our hernia problem
either would
500 years ago or 300 years ago?
Either would have kept descending down and just been there with that giant sack between our legs, or it would have incarcerated and killed us.
I got mine at 1.
Age 1?
Yeah.
Smart. Get out of the way.
That would have been some intestine.
It's a little different.
You would have a sack the size of a hoppity horse. Wait, what are those inflatable things, Drew?
Hippity hop. Oh, wait, hippity hop.
Hippity hop.
Yeah, but a hippity hop between his legs by the time he got to 35.
You'd be amazed.
Jerry, so the new Bachelor, well, first off, it was different right from the beginning. Jerry had to knock off 3.
Charlie.
I'm sorry,
That's
Charlie.
all right, that's all right.
Charlie had to knock off 3.
5.
5.
I had to take 5 right off the bat.
Right off the top, right.
Which was weird because I got in there and I wanted to meet them. And basically all I got was 2 minutes with all of them, and I had to decide right from there.
Yeah.
And knock it right down to 20.
Yeah, but they were giving him like lap dances and showing them their ink, and they were going crazy.
Yeah,
It's getting very sexual.
It was wild.
And you got really stuck up model chick, which is good.
I've been getting pats on the back for that one.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. Here's what you want. Here's what you're looking for. When
you tell me.
I'll tell you what's nice. There are models out there that are sort of technically models, but they're still not attractive women, especially if you're probably a guy like us.
I'm not going to call the girl ugly. I think she was a pretty girl. She just wasn't my type.
Not going to call her ugly, but here's the thing. There's the super spindly, sort of Euro trashy, A-cup kind of beanpole model with the attitude.
And then there's Claudia Schiffer.
And then there's Claudia Schiffer. Now, you get all the credit of telling a model to take a hike, but the reality is you're not that into her anyway.
Yeah, I was.
But you would have told Claudia Schiffer to take a hike.
I probably wouldn't kick her out of bed for eating cookies. That's
there
for
you
sure.
go. That's what I'm saying. Well, anyway, the point is The Bachelor is back with a vengeance. That's what I'm saying. Have the ratings been good?
I have no idea. I haven't been watching the ratings. I've been hanging out.
I like
with
Charlie
girls.
already.
Yeah, and now where are you? Now the show's wrapped. Is the show's wrapped?
The show's not wrapped. I'm down to 2 girls.
Ooh.
And what happened was at the final rose ceremony, or what it would be, I was down to 2 girls, and I didn't feel like I had enough time personally, enough time outside of The Bachelor and live real life, talking on the phone, seeing if you miss somebody. These are all things that are important in a relationship that we weren't allowed.
Right.
And so I took it outside the rules of The Bachelor and said that I think I need real time. And now I'm sort of doing, secret getaways with the girls and trying to figure out what's right for all of us. And it might just be Utah.
Well, the thing that's nice about being Bachelor number 6, I don't know. What number
I think
are
it's
you?
7.
7. The good news about that is, like Bachelor number 1, first season of The Bachelor was, you got to get married at the end of this thing. No ifs, ands, or buts. That's the game. That's the rules. That's what you got to do. And whether they did it or not, at least that was the expectation. Now, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, it's a little more like, let's see if we can find a match here. Hopefully you guys get married down the road, but it's not as someone's going to propose this night.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I've been defending every other Bachelor, and I have to speak up because I'm I'm the next one, so I have to say what the other guys did. But I have nothing to do with them. Right. All I can do is tell you about me and my experience this time. And with that, it's like I definitely didn't want to put the pressure on having to get married or anything like that, because that's something for the 2 of us to figure out, and not the world.
It's such a diabolical dynamic, Drew, because Charlie is a good-looking guy, and he has a lot on the ball, but these women are young and they're attractive, and if you were just in a bar situation, you'd be more than happy if one of them came up and spoke to you. Fact is, there's one of you and X amount of them.
Yeah,
it's game on.
It's a good bar. It's a good bar.
It's a great bar.
25 to 1 odds.
I know. I've been hanging in a gay bar my whole life. Charlie's in the best bar ever, and it's just, Drew, you know how women are.
Oh,
just
my.
crazy competition.
Oh, yes.
Well, they're living together, too. And some of them, I really had to weed out the ones that were trying to win a competition. And win a prize, or make a match with me, because I'm no prize.
No,
sure.
Well, here's the deal. You don't have to be. Well, here's the thing. You just have to be the guy in amongst you. You have to be what they're going after, and then they start competing with each other. Not even competing for you, just with each other, or both.
Well, you got to weed that out. You got to weed that out and see who's doing it just to win a competition and who's doing it to. I tell you, it's really working out, though. I guarantee you, this is going to be one to surprise a lot of the critics.
Can I break in just a second here?
Yeah.
I'm broadcasting from a hotel conference center, basically, and I'm sitting here in this sort of conference room, and all of a sudden the lights eerily started going down. I'm now seeing in a huge, completely pitch black room. Broadcasting. It's weird. It is bizarre.
They dropped the lights, huh?
I don't know who. It just eerily, slowly went down. Now I'm in a pitch black room now. Good time.
All right. Well, maybe it'll help you focus.
It helps me listen to you. It sure does. I find nothing else to distract me. It's incredible.
All right, so we're going to take some phone calls. We've got some questions for Charlie. Guys, got a question for Charlie? What the hell? Got Germany or Florida? Penis enlargement pills. What the hell? Let's get this off the slate. John?
Hey, what's up, guys?
You're 20?
Yeah, how you doing?
What's up?
All right, man. Well, like the last 3 months, I've been taking those Magnum RX pills.
Whatever that is.
I think they're to get the up.
To get it up or to get it bigger?
What's up?
What's in these pills? Does it say on the bottle what's in them?
I don't have them on me. I just haven't taken them like the last week. So, no, I don't know exactly what the ingredients are in them. But I've seen no improvement, and I've actually noticed more of like an erection problem.
Well, probably because you've been focusing on your penis so damn much. There's no pill over the counter you can take that's going to do a damn thing. In fact, there is nothing for penis enlargement, really, some guys claim that they get a little size change when their testosterone levels go up. So if you get like a new job or you're suddenly a captain of industry, it's interesting. Guys that get elected to office, their testosterone levels shoot up. And for most guys, that doesn't mean anything to their external anatomy. So the only thing really can be done, Adam, I'm sorry to say, is a surgery. And the surgeries, they basically cut the tendon that holds the penis to the pubic bone. It lengthens about an inch, and then they basically sew on. It looks like a Pop-Tart around the outside to give it more girth.
Yeah.
Drew
said it looked like a Pop-Tart, but sure as hell didn't taste like one, did it?
No, way worse.
When you get a new job, is it just that the girl tells you that your penis is bigger?
Maybe it's that.
I think it's just that.
No, I don't think most guys have that when their testosterone levels go up, in fact. But some guys have claimed that. I've heard that reported. I've never seen that actually substantiated.
But here's the thing about the penis, and it's like everything.
Please, pray tell. What is the thing about the penis?
I'll tell you.
Yeah, tell me about the penis.
Just about life in general and nature.
And the penis.
It's like the penis enlargement without the surgery is like the boob enlargement without the surgery. Doesn't work.
Yeah.
Take all the pills you want, use all the suction devices that you want. It's not really going to do anything.
Well, except for women, sometimes there can be some breast changes with hormones like the birth control pill. There could be.
You could just stick a Pop-Tart in your bra.
No.
You can get a cup size change for a birth control pill.
Yeah. The thing is they're good, but they're good days and bad days for the boner.
So let me just interpret.
There's some boner days where it's like, whoa, what do we got here? Whose is this?
Some good mornings.
Yeah, and then there's other days where it's just it looks different. I mean, how does this work, Drew? There are days when you step out of the shower, you get a look at yourself with your shirt off, and you go, wow, hey, that's something, looking good. And then there are days, and then the next day you see yourself, and it's like, not so good. What is that? How does that work?
That's perception.
No, it's not perception. There are times when you're sort of, you look, your muscles look a little bit larger.
You're gleaming.
Your skin looks a little thinner. Yeah.
Maybe I like to look at yourself.
Maybe I'm pregnant. No, I don't, but I do that, I do that you talking to me thing. And I want some of this.
Sometimes when I'm lotioning myself with baby oil.
I have combination skin. What do you want me to do? All right, Drew. No, not perception. There's times, I don't know, maybe it's water retention or something like that. I don't know what it is.
Well,
you guys don't have that?
I'm with you. Sometimes you feel like a Don Juan, and other times you're like, hey, Pee-wee.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the better days.
Yeah, and that's probably just circulating testosterone levels. Here's something. A kid asked me this at a college the other day. He goes, how come some days you're good to go and you can get going right again, you're completely into it, and you're good for a second round, and sometimes it's like one time good night, that's it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Same thing.
What is that?
I think it's the same thing.
It's a primitive biology. We're not in control of it.
Okay. All right. Well, it's an interesting topic, and it's one that sort of interests me, which is that good days and bad days thing.
Yes.
And, I always, for some reason, I always think of boxers, and I always think, not boxers versus briefs, but boxers, the sport. I think about these guys that are 45-0 and think, wow, you're able to put together 45 good days. Mm-hmm. I mean, through training and stuff. But you know what it's like when you go to the gym one day and it's just you can't do anything. You feel like you're running in sand or something.
Probably also depends on who you're boxing, too. You bring home a girl that you're not trying to impress so much, you're getting a win.
Well, that's true. That's true, because you're loose.
Other girls, like if they're hot and you really want to impress them, sometimes you knock it out real quick and you're like, oh, damn.
Getting a little cathartic here. Maybe we'll find this an upcoming episode.
Yeah, I want to hear about this. What happens in these getaways with these two remaining? And do they know you're doing that with both of them?
No, I've been honest with all girls. Right. No, I tell you, I have been. And I've been honest right from the start, because I am looking for a relationship at the end, and I don't want them seeing something on TV or hearing something about another girl, so I'm just really trying to keep it completely honest with both of them. So when I do come down to one, we're starting a relationship from honesty.
All right, so you're banging both of them,
right? Exactly.
You know what's awesome though. You can do
being
that.
Honest.
You can do that with a woman. A guy, it's going to freak out a little more. Women, it just ups the ante. I really do think so. I mean, for a guy, it might be a deal breaker.
Think of those resentments. In about 5 years, she'll kick your ass for that. Are you kidding?
Oh, she's not going to be around in 5 years. Come on, True.
We'll see. We'll see.
You're right.
Use your brain. But yes, that will come back and haunt you. Yeah. So we got a question. Orgasm in bed. Boyfriend never wants sex. Well, let's talk to Samantha. I'll go Samantha. And then
by the way, I've got to think of something I got to pitch tonight. It's a hard one to pitch. We're looking for a couple who wants coaching or willing to sort of go to a sexual coach on mutual masturbation if it's something they want to do. I don't quite know the.
Doesn't sound so bad.
But Drew, make it clear, not for this show.
Not for this show, for Discovery Health Television.
So people have been telling me it gets confusing.
Okay.
Samantha?
Yes.
You're 21?
Yes.
What's up?
Well, I've just, my question is basically, like, I never really receive any sexual pleasure as far as orgasms when I'm with a man, like, in sexual situations, like either sex or oral or anything like that. I never get to orgasm.
Have you ever had a boyfriend?
Excuse me?
Go ahead,
Vibrator.
Charlie.
I'm going with Charlie's vibrator. What about a vibrator?
That works for me.
Have you ever brought that into your sessions with the guy?
No, I usually feel like, I don't know, like the guy that I'm with right now asked me what he could do to help me, or if I want to do something, like for example, bring that in, and I feel a little uncomfortable doing that. I don't know.
Why?
I don't know.
All right. Well, it's a hump that, pardon the pun, that you can get over pretty easily.
But by the way, in there,
bust it out.
In there might be the reason that she's not having orgasm with her boyfriend, that she can't be open and intimate and vulnerable like that.
Let him hold it.
But the point is she has a ready-made solution, and yet I can't do that.
Well, there's no guarantees this is going to work with him in the room, because women's vagina their vaginas don't respond to math. You know what I mean? Which is
or logic.
There's no gravity. There's nothing with those vaginas. Can't stand them anymore.
No laws of nature.
My penis and their vaginas were like the Hatfields and the McCoys. We're done. We just shoot over the fence at each other with rock salt. But here's what I'm saying. A woman, like, there's a lot of women we speak to where, well, I can't have an orgasm with my boyfriend, but I can easily have one with my vibrator. Oh, just bring the vibrator in with the boyfriend. Yeah, tried it 10 times, doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That kind of math would never work for a guy. If it worked for a guy alone and you bring a woman in, it's going to work that much better.
How about with other guys? Old boyfriend, something like that.
Well, how about a boyfriend, period? Have you ever had a long-term relationship?
Not really.
Yeah, that may be the core issue.
That's what you need. And you need to work it out with the one guy.
Maybe you need cuddling and stuff like that.
Well, she needs somebody she cares about and can feel comfortable and open with. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. Samantha, you never had a long-term boyfriend?
No, I mean, the longest is, I don't know, 5 months or so. But
Here's what you need, Samantha. This is what everyone needs. They need that. It's that first person they take a shower with. That
break it in person?
That first person, to break it in. Here's that person. It's the first person you take a shower with. It's the first person you walk around naked with in a non-sexual way. Like you're just heading in to get a TV dinner and walk back to the bedroom with your dork swinging around. And you don't actually, like, they could actually walk past you naked. You wouldn't have to jump on them. That's that person. Not that it's a bad thing, but you know what I'm saying. Like, it's not all about the sex, and then you experiment like a mad scientist with them sexually.
Go to the bathroom in front of them.
On them, in them, That's all that. Yes, it's the person you're sitting on the pot with the door open. It's the person you're getting in the crazy 69 positions. It's the person where you're busting out the vibrators. It's that person. Once you do that with that person, then you're sort of good.
Do you only do it in like one spot? Or you just like a bedroom lie down just one way? Or do you guys get freaky?
no, we've tried it different ways. And, I mean, I've gotten to the point where I'm almost there, but then...
Just bust the toy out right there. Boom.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, listen, Samantha, get the one guy, get the toy out. Take the pressure off yourself. You're pushing too hard. Yeah?
Okay.
All right. Here's the thing. Most sort of human things, like, most things don't really respond to pressure, unfortunately. Like, being funny doesn't respond to pressure. Singing doesn't really respond to pressure. Doing a puzzle doesn't really respond. Orgasm doesn't. It's weird how many things in life that you'd like to achieve don't really work well when you're putting some pressure on yourself. Yeah, speaking in front of a group, you're much worse when there's a bunch of pressure on. Taking a driver's test, you're worse. Taking a math test, like, you're almost worse at everything.
And by the way, it's not the pressure; it's experiencing the anxiety of the pressure. You know what I'm saying? You could people can live. I mean, like fighter pilots are under pressure, but they're just like, whatever. They get right through it.
Well, they're people who can deal with it and have better faculties for it. But most people, especially women, young women, the more they want an orgasm, the harder it's going to be.
I think you got to enjoy getting to it as opposed to just where is it? Where is it? You know?
Right. That is a very good point. Let's take one more call. Is it boyfriend and sex, Germany or Florida? Let's take a question for Charlie. Tony.
Hey, what's up, Vika?
22. Yeah, the Vicar of Christ. That's my new name. Yeah.
What's up, Vika?
Tony?
Still.
Yeah. Well, they don't. Hold on. They don't have a new pope yet, do they? No. All right. Until they get a new pope, I can be the Vicar of Christ. That's
Still
all.
the Vicar sounds like a new sitcom.
Still the Vicar. Yeah. Let's see. Still the Vicar. Successful sportscaster in big market New York or L.A. had to move back to a small town in Wisconsin to take over the local AM sports radio station. But he's still, sport codes, checkered sport codes. But after the divorce, he had to move back in with his mom. But they call him the Vicar.
But he's got the garage to himself.
He's got the garage to himself.
He's still the Vicar.
Still the Vicar. Yeah, in his small town, he's still the Vicar. And he always dreams of getting every episode. There's an offer from a big market like Chicago or Detroit has come calling. They're looking for a guy to fill in on the sports radio, but never ends up happening. Vicar still stays back in his place.
Well, no, wait. We need some relationships here. What's his romantic life like? There's got to be some comical...
Okay, here it is. Inexplicably smoking hot 23-year-old news director at the radio station. For some reason, he doesn't see as attractive.
Right.
That's the biggest piece of BS in any sitcom. You work with the smoking hot blonde chick, except for she wears glasses, so you walk right past her. And you guys are living in Wisconsin?
Mom, keep it down. I'm on a date.
Meanwhile, he's going after the sort of, busty, bar trampy types and never any success. And just under his nose is this beautiful, sweet, blonde news director.
And she's got a huge crush on him.
Of course, she has a crush on the Vicar. Then there's the mom. You ready? There's an older brother. And the Vicar has an older brother. He has an older brother.
Okay.
Old football star.
Here's an older brother. No, here's the twist. Basketball star. And he's so tall you never see his head.
Yeah,
you just see his chest. and people are speculating, who is this actor? It's just always his chest. And the
Vicar goes to him for advice all the time.
Vicar goes to him for advice, but you just see his chest.
Does he live next door?
He lives upstairs in the attic.
Upstairs. Perfect.
He too was divorced and is now coaching the junior college, the Wisconsin female junior college basketball team.
The Eagles.
And he's always giving advice about women.
Eagles.
He knows all about women.
He's giving advice. But even when he's like outdoors at the basketball game and stuff, you still never see his head. When all the girls gather around him for some strategy, it cuts off right at the collarbone. Oh, this is good. This is good. Dad passed away.
What's the arc for the season?
At home. Arc for the season. The story is told basically in the opening with the song and stuff of his wife throwing him out and him getting fired.
Vicar.
Yeah, it's kind of like it's the same theme. He gets.
It's the flipper theme. It's the flipper theme.
The beginning.
They call him Vicar.
Vicar. Sportscaster. So, the story arc is moves home, lost love or attempts at love with all the wrong women, and gonna move out with a buddy of his, but it never works out.
But he's not the Vicar of Christ.
No, he's the Vicar. He's the sports. He's the Vicar. He's the Vicar.
Here's the Vicar.
It's like one of those things where they go, AM 690, all sports with the Vicar. And, people singing, and he comes on, he does his thing. Yeah.
There needs to be something more tragic, though.
And here's the other thing.
They're all living at home.
Here's the other thing that's really phony about it. He has huge A-list sports celebrities that are in the studio all the time because that's the way Hollywood works. The reality is these guys wouldn't be in Wisconsin and going to some crappy little AM station. But he has all these big-name guys. Hey, Nolan Ryan. Hey, Vicar. They all know him. It's kind of like when Don Drysdale would go by the Brady house. Hey, anything for you, Mike? It's like, what? You're an architect in a crappy town. All right, where are we? Charlie O'Connell's here tonight. Yeah, the vicar of sex. He is The Bachelor, everybody, on 9 o'clock, ABC, Monday night. Renaissance.
Soon to be seen as the vicar, though.
Yeah, like a phoenix rising from the ashes. Charlie's taken this show and he just sculpted it with his own two hands. This would have been it too if had Charlie not intervened and got the show back on its feet. Nice. Let's take ourselves a little break. Be right back after this. Hey everybody, it's Loveline. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew in Detroit.
Detroit.
Yes.
Indeed.
And we got Charlie O'Connell here tonight. Charlie is The Bachelor Monday nights.
Dr. Drew in the hizzy.
Yeah, he's The Bachelor. I'm the vicar. Drew is in the hizzy.
Are you a Mormon?
How's the room? Still dark?
No, I fixed it. It's great.
Good man.
Good job.
Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Let me just say something before we get started. As you know, I've had my problems with the garbage man over the years, Drew. Because my garbage man shows up at 6:08, maybe 6:12, and then you got the 3 trucks. You got the recycling truck. You got the shrub and leaves truck, and then you got the garbage truck. And it's just it's a parade of those.
Tip him at Christmas.
It's all the backing up stuff. All the, when they throw it in reverse?
Yeah, I got you.
It's nonstop. And I'd say
Once a week.
Once a week, but it's at 6:30 in the morning.
I thought your new house was far enough off the street that it wasn't a big issue anymore.
No.
Do you tip him at Christmas?
Man.
No, I should tip him.
I think you got to tip him and throw him a little something in a note saying, hey, guys, cut out the back it up so much, please try.
I don't know that they can help it because
they can help it. They don't do it to the people that tip them.
Really? Uh-oh.
Namely Charlie.
Over there.
Yeah.
You tip Charlie?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah. Mailman, garbage man, whatever it is. They all get Christmas gifts.
And what do you give them? Bottle of booze?
No, I give them a little card with whatever in it.
With some money?
Yeah.
How much?
How much
Everybody likes money.
How much gets the backing up to stop?
I have no idea. You'd have to negotiate that with him. That sounds like a little more. It sounds like pent-up anger.
Does everybody have a garbage man that shows up at 7:30? Is there a place on the planet where they show up at noon or 1?
Mine's late. They show up late for me.
First off, it's not for you. It's not like they're going. Charlie's a late sleeper. He was banging some strange women last night. I'm sure he's drunk. We were supposed to come by at 7:45. Let's come by at noon. Come on, let's take a long lunch.
Maybe I was out with him drinking.
Charlie gave us $8 the year before. Let's not. $6 the year before. Let's not wake him up. It's not for you. They're on a schedule. But there's some neighborhoods where obviously they come at 1 in the afternoon, right?
You've got to figure out where to move to.
Oh, I got to go to that place. I have to go to that. This morning was just and I just thought, so a handful of kids get ran over every year. So what? Just let them back over a few kids and we could all rest. And I realize how horrible that sounds, Drew, but I know you're with me. Because what toll does it exact on society that there's a child-proof cap on everything?
Like the garbage truck doesn't make enough noise.
Well, it
makes enough noise.
It does make enough noise without the beep. I agree with you. And the other thing about the beep is they ain't moving 3/4 of the time. It's just the beep is going. The guy's got it in reverse, but he's sort of waiting something out.
I think the point you're making is that we're diluting the genetic health of our society. Is that what you're saying? That we're not allowing Darwin's forces to do that.
No, we're not. Let me say something. Remember that guy? Remember that guy who came in here with the Wild Boys? The guy who Manny, the shark hunter.
Yes.
The guy, guy with the puka shells who would jump on sharks and stuff.
Yeah.
Remember he told us during this guy was an animal expert.
I know who you're talking about. I think.
Yeah. Wears like a banana hammock. And dives on mako sharks.
Right.
Chicks love it.
Yeah.
He told us, I think during the commercial, he said, alligators used to eat a lot more people, and what ended up happening was over the years, hundreds of years, the ones that came into the village to eat the Indians would get killed, and their genes didn't get passed on.
Right.
So now most of them are sort of docile because the genes of the ones who thought it'd be a good idea to get out of the swamp and go up and eat a few kids got stabbed with a stick, and that's basically how life works. those kids should be getting backed over. That's what I'm saying, and not passing their horrible, retarded seed on to the next generation. That's what I'm saying. Meanwhile, I'm going to kill myself and never be able to pass my genius seed on because of the infernal meep, 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 meep. How about 3 meeps and then it stops, and if your kid doesn't get out of the goddamn way by then, we back over them? And how many kids really do get backed over? That we all have to pay for it. We all have to suffer. And I'm not just talking about this. I'm talking about cigarette lighters that you can't light because they got a reset button on them and a weird metal band on them and caps you can't get off and just everything
when you want an
in
aspirin,
general.
you should be able to grab the aspirin. Those bottles confuse me.
Right. You know what I think? I think there should be an adult store. And not just with pornography. But I mean, because I know they have adult stores. No.
But one that you could buy aspirin at, too.
You get to buy cigarette lighters. Yeah, you get to buy cigarette lighters you can light. Not if they're like reset them all the time. And you
light
could buy
at your own risk.
You could buy some Tylenol where it just had a regular cap on it. You have to line stuff up. Yeah?
I'm in.
You in?
Yeah.
All right. What about those beep things? What can we do about that, Drew?
I'm not sure we get to anything.
How about this? It only beeps when the truck is rolling backwards, not when it's just in reverse.
There you go.
That would be a nice
Can't
step
the guy
in
on
the
the
right
back
direction.
just go beep, beep, beep?
They don't have the guy on the back
the
anymore.
guy on the back, can't he just be like, hey, buddy?
There's no guy on the back anymore.
There's only one guy running the truck now. It's all mechanical arms.
Yeah.
They got one guy in a Jeep and one guy in the truck is what they got on my block.
Really?
Yeah, so the Jeep guy just drives up, grabs the little dumpster. That comes
Charlie
and
lives
picks
in
up
the
my dumpster for me.
high
The guy
rent
that gets the
district.
Jeep personally for me.
He's in Beverly Hills. He's in Beverly Hills.
Yeah.
They come down that alley in the back. Sure, there's you have like a grand marshal.
They have quiet music playing to help you sleep with like the waves.
Yeah,
they sort of do like an ocean in the thing when it backs up. It goes whoosh.
Yeah, he hears Yanni when the guy throws it into reverse.
They soothe you when it goes backwards at that time in the morning.
Oh, he pops in reverse, and Charlie hears Enya pumping out of the back of the guy's thing. He's wearing spats and
Hush, little baby,
bowler.
don't say
and he comes at 1 in the afternoon. Oh, Drew, now I'm more angry.
Let's take a call.
Drew, when is your garbage
Before you
man
kill yourself.
come? When is your garbage man
comes
come?
in the afternoon.
No!
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
Okay, let me just say one more thing, and then we're going to the phones. I missed the goddamn garbage man this morning because he came at 7:30, and I didn't get the cans out there. It's the other thing too. If he comes in the afternoon, you can.
You got another week?
No, I'm full. I'm full.
No, I mean like.
Well, yeah. No, he's not. I got a whole week. No, I'm gonna have rats. It's gonna be like a garbage barge at my house. Huge vermin infestation, Drew.
Nice.
In the afternoon, Drew, are you serious?
Yep.
I'll call my guy, see if he can stop by your place.
See if he swing just the escort jeep by too, pick me up. What the hell is this? Naya? What the hell's your name?
Diana.
Nayuna.
What a life.
What Diana with an N.
Yeah, now I'm more angry because it sounds like a common name. Does it mean anything?
Yeah, it means beautiful eyes in Sanskrit.
Oh, I hate your parents so much. Do you have a nationality?
Most people say it's true.
Do you have a nationality?
I'm Caucasian. I just grew up in an interesting
hippie.
location. Exactly.
You Mormon?
Hippie, narcissistic parents. Fantastic.
They're probably garbage
Got
men.
it.
Yeah. We thought they were smart but couldn't figure out how to make any money.
Or name their kids.
Thank you, Drew.
You're Mormon,
man.
Hey, you gotta give me props for it, though. It's a pretty cool name.
No, it's obnoxious. Just change it, Diana, but go ahead.
Why don't I just be Ashley while you're at it?
Well, look, here...
Ashley, what's your question?
Hold on, I'm not done with her now. Charlie wants to do the show. Poor guy. Came in here, thought he was going to do a radio show. I'm tired of everyone trying to be an individual by the tats they get or by the name they're given. You do that through your actions and through your accomplishments.
Yes.
All right. Now, what junior college you going to?
I go to Maricosta.
Junior college. There you go.
San Diego.
Is that a junior college?
Jason.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, beautiful eyes, small brain. Go ahead.
Hey.
All right. Well, listen, I'm just saying, let me say this. All right. I got a theory now. You give your kid a very unique name. It's like, oh, yes, it means Nubian warrior and all that kind of stuff. They coast. You name your kid Charlie, he's got to hustle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got to get
I'm
out
so
there.
unique. I'm so unique. I'm so perfect. I'm so
Nubian
beautiful.
warrior.
Right, right.
I like Nubian warrior. I'm in on that
If
one.
my name was like Tatanka, I'd still be living at home.
No, being a white guy, I think Nubian warrior might kind of throw it in there. You might have to really go for it.
It would be nice, but I'm saying I would still be living in my folks' garage.
Naya, what's your question?
No, I got rid of her. I got tired of her.
You did not.
All right.
You did not.
She's back. Jesus,
I'm
Drew.
back.
Since when do you care? Go ahead, Diana.
I feel out of control. I don't have control of the board there.
Well, maybe
Makes me
drop
upset.
by the studio once a week. You can see what it looks like. It's awesome. There's fabric on the wall. We got a lesbian behind the desk. It's awesome. What's going on? All right, go ahead, Diana. Sorry for Drew.
He is very unsexually motivated.
Fiance.
Uh-oh.
And I was just wondering if that's normal, because I've always been fairly sexually motivated.
Let's explore that a little bit. Is he?
Are you
smoking a lot?
attacking him?
Huh?
You going after
Are
him?
you jumping his bones?
No,
Or are you just like, hey, you in the mood?
Is he smoking a lot of pot?
No, not a lot. He actually stopped smoking about a month ago, but
All right. Well, that's
that.
listen. It sounds to me like it's somebody who likes pot more than he likes anything else. Because that's that. Listen, the fact that he stopped smoking pot, things will get worse for 6 months. He'll get
Really?
depressed. Oh, absolutely. He'll get depressed. He won't sleep, and he will have real difficulty functioning. I'm not saying he shouldn't stop. I'm saying he needs treatment, and that he needs to be monitored by somebody who really can coach him and help him understand what's going on.
Well,
biologically.
hold on one
You need to hold out the
second.
pot.
because
Have him do it for you, and then you can let him smoke.
Smoked like once a week, and
Yeah.
okay,
really wants
that's
to-
excuses, but
Well, how old is he? How old is he?
he's 28.
He only smoked once a week,
About that, yeah.
except for the other days of the
I'm
week.
not buying that.
And how
Yeah,
many?
I'm not
well,
either.
well, how long did he smoke weed?
Somebody who smokes once a week doesn't have to stop smoking pot.
Ooh,
You know what I
true.
mean? But you know what I
Passionate,
mean?
True. Yeah. No, I know.
He
Yeah,
actually stopped smoking because of the same problem. I presented it because I have heard that pot does reduce sexual drive, and it has been
Were you trying to have
an
sex
issue
once a
for
week?
me.
And he'd
No.
go grab the pipe? It doesn't make sense. The whole story's not adding up.
All right, wait a minute. Hold on. I'm putting her on hold for a second. Let's all just get on the same page here. Smoking pot for guys under 30, it's usually not going to kill their drive. I know guys
Unless they're
a ton of
smoking
weed.
every day. They can if they smoke every day.
They can smoke
Every
a
day,
ton,
all day.
a ton of weed, but most guys I know smoke pot are just as horny as the guys that don't smoke pot, maybe more so.
Yeah, a hot girl smoking pot with her.
She's 10 years younger than he is.
Ooh.
Obviously, there's something going. He's 28. She's 18.
You might be humping other girls.
No,
might not
because
be
guys who
feeling her.
hump other girls still continue to hump those at home.
I guess so.
Yeah.
But I'm just wondering if he is not that into her and is one of these guys. Some guys have a lot of trouble
Breaking it off.
and so they just get in this sort of holding pattern, and they just sort of coast. And it's not even that they're not sexually attracted or want to have sex, but they don't want to bond anymore with someone.
They're trying to break it off, and if you have sex, it doesn't.
Right.
Yeah.
You renew.
It's a good one.
And also ask to see if he's on any medication or anything. We haven't asked that yet.
All right, Niana. How long have you two been together?
We have been together for 19 months now, but I knew him previous to that for a year.
Do you think...
Was he your teacher or something?
He is, yes. He's going to school to be a teacher, and he works at an elementary school. He's an assistant teacher.
Do you guys think that... Do you think maybe somewhere that in your heart of hearts that he's sort of coasting to a stop?
No, not at all. And that.
Is he on any medication?
No, he has asthma, but I don't think that his medication would have anything to do with it.
The beta 2 agonist, the albuterol, can work against you quite a bit.
Really?
No, listen. But he was your teacher?
No, he wasn't. I met him. I graduated high school when I was 15, and I started JC, and I met him my first semester there.
As a student. He was another student.
Yeah, he was in one of my classes, and we studied and became pretty good friends. And because of the age difference, we didn't really make our relationship anything more.
Let me say this. And leaving
hanging out
high,
with a 15-year-old.
leaving high
I
school.
mean, come on, he sounds like a weirdo.
Leaving high school early to go to junior college is like leaving a top football sports program, like leaving Oklahoma early to go play arena football.
Right.
What are you doing? Like, I understand. Hey, if the Rams or the Patriots are going to pick you up, by all means, forego your junior and senior year over at Oklahoma. But if you're just going to go play for the Intruders on the carpet over there in the Arena League, what are you doing?
No, it sounds like he's trying to grow up fast, and I don't think we're not getting the full story here.
Yeah, I agree with Charlie. But we got to go to break, Adam. We got to go to break.
All right, Drew, don't get weird.
Yeah.
What are you getting weird?
Turn those lights back off.
Get the lights off and mellow out, buddy.
I'm getting weird because Anderson told me we've got to be on time with these breaks. Apparently, we're in trouble. And we're already 5 minutes off this one.
We're in trouble, or you're in trouble?
I'm sharing it with you. You're in trouble.
I'm not worried about trouble.
I'm not in trouble. I'll tell you why. Because I am the loose, irreverent, say-anything wild man of radio.
Vicar.
And you're the button-down doctor, and you should have controlled me.
You blew it by putting my name in the mix, because now he's going to be defiant. Extra.
On the break, should we turn off the lights in here?
Anderson, you're the one who's passive-aggressive. Remember, not me.
I am not. I looked that up. I found that out.
Do you hear that?
He was reporting to us. He wasn't. Adam, forget Anderson. Anderson didn't say anything.
No, actually, I've been told that I'm supposed to just go to break without you even throwing it to break.
All right, well, go ahead.
I don't want to do that.
Thing, then.
No, do it.
Then.
Do it, Anderson.
You don't scare us over here.
Hey, everybody, it's Loveline. I'm Adam in Southern California. That's Dr. Drew in Detroit, Michigan.
What's up,
Charlie
Vic?
O'Connell?
Yeah, Vic.
Yeah, what's happening?
I was saying there's a car museum to the bottom of my hotel. You would love this.
Oh, really?
Oh, my God, it's incredible.
Right. I'm going to get into it, but be quiet. I got to redo the show here. Charlie O'Connell is here tonight from the Bachelor. Drew, don't yap at the very beginning when I'm trying to do the thing.
He's trying to say Charlie. I mean, don't cut him off.
I know.
Don't cut him off when he says Dr. Drew.
I beg your pardon. My deepest apologies.
Monday nights. No, that's Drew's thing. Like, we'll give him like the web address out for the band that's in there. And it's like
9
Get
p.m.
to the last one, 9 p.m. And then he does this. He gets mad.
Yeah, now he's just coming back.
Drew, all you gotta do is hang back, buddy. Just let me get the top done, and then we'll start in. Monday nights, 9 o'clock on ABC. And like I said, I was a fan the first season or so. I lost touch with The Bachelor, and now I'm back. Because it's a new show, it's a new man, it's a new day, and it's much better than it was. Charlie, want to take a phone call here, Drew?
I'm just curious on this one, Drew.
Yeah.
It might be a quick answer, but...
Amy?
Yes.
28?
Yes, I'm 28.
What's up?
Well, my boyfriend, when he orgasms, there's, like, chunks in his semen.
So it's like tapioca pudding, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tapioca pudding syndrome. Yeah, that is actually normal for some guys. And if he's sort of evacuating that system regularly, it will be less like that.
Okay.
But if it sits around for a little while, he'll get the tapioca pudding consistency.
So if it have sex more often, and it'll go away.
Yeah, it won't go away, but it will get less.
I find when I eat a lot of flour, it'll come out in one piece.
And gelatin.
Yeah, gelatin and flour, and then I'll just make a pinch pot out of it and use it for an ashtray.
Oh,
it's awesome. Well, it's a lot nicer. Otherwise, it can be messy.
It's good for sticking notes on the fridge.
Yeah. Mom, home late. Don't wait up. Dishes and wash are dirty. Yeah, it's awesome. All right, so Drew doesn't mean anything.
Doesn't mean anything.
All right. Chris, female, obsessed with porn. Chris?
Ooh.
What's up, 20?
28. And
28.
Hi, Dr.
Okay.
Drew. Hi, Charlie. How are you?
Hey, how's the porn?
Excuse me, I'm 6. I'm sorry, I just cussed on the phone. I have a question for Dr. Drew.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. Did she cuss?
Yes, she said, I feel like S.
Oh, she did?
No, I didn't.
All right. All right, Chris.
Yes.
What kind of porn do you watch?
I have become obsessed with, like, porn. Like,
Thank you.
What kind of porn?
I will, just guys.
Liar, whore, and you know it.
No, I don't think so.
No, but let's figure out what kind of porn. Is it threesomes? Is it the big schlong? What do we got?
No. Okay, just porn in general.
Girl?
whatever.
All right, no preference.
What's your favorite?
No preference.
It's not. I'm like obsessed with sex, and I just.
Oh.
All right, but hold on.
If you've been watching so much, what kind of sex?
I know. Charlie's with me. Like, look, if you're renting one, and on the cover was a clown on one of them, and another one was like a black chick on top of a zebra, and the next one was just a nice blonde girl with another blonde girl, and then a guy and a girl. What would you go for? You just go for standard stuff?
Just your regular guy girl sex. Like porn stuff.
Let's do some good radio here, and let's tease this across the break.
All right.
And we'll
Charlie was only going to stay for the first hour.
Well, he wants to hear the answer to this one.
All right. Should you stay for one more break?
Yeah, I'm fine to stay.
Yeah, he's good. He's in great shape. Charlie O'Connell's here tonight from The Bachelor. He's going to stay with us for one more big, fat, juicy, long break. We'll get back with Chris and the porn obsession and all that after this. Hey, everybody. It is Loveline. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew in Detroit. Charlie O'Connell is here tonight. He is The Bachelor, 9 o'clock, ABC, Monday nights. Just talking a little fencing with Charlie, the gay blade. That's what they called him. That's what they called him in high school. Charlie's a fencing champion, Drew.
Wow.
You must have done, and I always was interested in it. It seemed like a cool sport, and I would have loved to have done it, but I'm from North Hollywood, and we didn't have like hockey or anything.
No, I wanted to be a ninja growing up, but the closest thing I found was fencing.
It sounds captain of the 95, 96
I was captain of the NYU fencing team.
NCAA championship and gold medal in 96. And
that was the team that made that. I didn't make the gold medal all by myself.
Yeah. Stop being so modest.
You're gay.
Yourself. Drew, please. Drew, did you ever do any fencing, any of that stuff?
A very little bit.
Really?
We actually took a
Where?
fencing class. At college.
Took a fencing class in college?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How'd you like it?
It was all right. The beginning stuff was tedious. You know, it's like it wasn't quite as fun as I thought it was going to be.
It's definitely boring in the beginning if you're just learning how to advance and retreat. There's nothing fun about that.
I did some fencing when I was younger too. I put up cyclone fencing. I did dog-eared redwood fencing.
That's tough. The redwood.
Yeah, it can be tough.
Tedious too. Tedious.
Tedious.
Just like
I did a lot of fencing, but never with the foil.
It's just tedious.
Yeah. How do you say on guard? Do you do it? Do you have a certain way of doing it?
There's on guard. There's also pré-aller.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Drew, what's that mean?
After going?
After going.
Is that what it means? I don't know. I never knew. It just meant
time to party.
Time to
get ready to rumble.
Time to get busy. First time threw me off, but I didn't forget it.
Were you ever able to do that move where they have the candelabra and the candles are all lit and you go and then someone goes, you missed, and then all the candles fall down?
I've definitely had a few drinks and tried it, but basically all I've done is knock over the opera and start a fire.
Nice. All right, when we left off, we were speaking to female Chris, who's obsessed with porn.
I hope she knows what she wants now.
Well, I'll tell you.
What she likes. She's had a little while. I hope she knows what she likes.
She's still there.
This is how dare you? This is the difference between men and women, which is women can actually love porn and not have a preference, whereas a guy, if he's into porn, has a very specific preference. Chris?
I'm right here.
Okay, so you're obsessed with porn. How much porn do you watch on a daily basis? You watch some every day?
Well, if I can, yeah, I will. And here's a brief synopsis, and I'm thinking this has a lot to do with it. I was never like this before, but I got divorced, and during the duration that I was married, I'm not kidding you, I was married for 2 years. I had sex with my husband like maybe 10 times.
Mm-hmm.
And in that time, I would like constantly ask him like, well, what's wrong? Is it me? Should we go to a counselor?
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, no, it's me. And it sucked. We ended up getting divorced. I remember like the day I got pregnant. I had a baby.
Oh.
It even got worse from there. Like he didn't touch me after the baby was born.
He never had sex with you and you got pregnant?
No, I said we had like sex like maybe 10 times.
Do you watch porn with toys?
Of our marriage.
All right.
Then,
so wait, you're single now. You have a child.
Right. And after the baby was almost about 1, he was cheating on me. I found out. So that's
the kid was cheating. Oh, your husband was cheating?
Right. And then we
right.
separated, and I swear to God, after we separated, and I went through obviously a hard time, I like became obsessed with like just sex, like sex, and like I had.
Do you just watch it, or do you play with yourself when you do it?
All of the above, and you know what? I feel really bad about it, and I don't want to do that, and I just.
Well, the usual cycle of sexual abuse and sexual addiction and compulsion is the more guilty, ashamed, and bad you feel, the more it makes you want to do it as a way of trying to remove yourself from those feelings.
I swear to God, like, I've tried to stop doing it, and I cannot, and I just feel, it makes me feel so bad about myself, and it makes me even feel worse because I have to drop the kid off during the exchange, the visitation time, and I have to see the girl all the time, and I think to myself, if you're going to cheat on somebody, go 10 steps up, dude, not 10 steps down, because I'm a pretty good-looking girl, and I cannot figure it out, and it just makes it even worse.
All right, hold on, Nutjob. First off, please take this kid, put it in an air cannon, and face it toward Mecca so it has a chance at a good life. Please, with the crazy, effed-up young moms everywhere with all their baggage, screwing their kids up, it drives me nuts. I pray it's a girl so she can be a stripper instead of carjack me in 15 years as a guy. Well, the dude's going to end up just, smacking on his old lady. At least a chick will get into porn or something. But here's the thing. What is it with you goofball women who have to judge the looks of the next woman you're guys with? And by the way, if the next chick is 10 times uglier than you, that just means you have a horrible personality. Look at it that way.
Ooh, that's rough.
Well, do the math.
Well, I'm with you. But
the new chick's a 3 and you're an 8.5. You must be a colossal bitch.
This one sounds like an obsessor.
She sounds like a pain in the ass. Chris.
Well, thanks a lot, Adam. That was cool.
Well,
that's
look,
not it at all.
If she's ugly, she must have a great personality. He must hate yours.
Why don't you stop obsessing and move on? You like porn? Porn's fine. I don't think that's the problem.
Here's the deal.
You're obsessing on a chubby chick.
To the porn, like, what is the deal? Well, I stopped.
Here's the deal.
I try to stop doing that. And I feel really bad about it.
Here's the deal. I have a sense, based on this way you're telling me the story, is that it's sort of what we call really kind of a form of a post-traumatic stress disorder. That somehow that this abandonment by him re-triggered something, and the triggering has caused you to use sex as a way of trying to regulate your feelings and manage all this. And in the course of it, you become either addicted or at least compulsed about it. So, what was it? Did your father leave your mom and cheat or something? Is this a reenactment of something?
Yeah.
Is this a reenactment of something that re-triggered?
They were divorced when I was 2, and I was fine, like confidence-wise and whatnot.
No. But this is triggered. This is some early trauma is resurfaced. Something that happened to you, whether it was sexual abuse or seeing some sexual material or abandonment or something, somebody cheating, something.
Well, I think that's what it is that once he did that, it just made me feel really bad.
But he found somebody else. Clue in.
She doesn't. She doesn't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, she doesn't hear me even.
All right, let me deal with Chris. You
can talk the language, yes?
I speak fluent Tard, yes.
Okay.
But I have a bunch of Tard Berlitz tapes in my car. Chris, here's the thing. I've been hard on you. I'm going to be a good boy now. Unfortunately, you're 20, you have a ton of problems, and you have a child. You need to focus on getting your life together and being a good mother to this child so they don't get effed up like you got effed up. You got to get some therapy because you got a ball of angst and hurt and anger and whatever else going on inside of you. As far as your ex-husband goes, he only gave it to you once every other month. Good riddance. Let him be with the ugly chick. Move forward.
I agree.
Yes.
I agree with you, Adam. And isn't it a coincidence that she and her husband break up when her child is just about 2 also? You know what I mean? Of course. And it's got to be. It's got to be over the same kind of thing. It has got to be just because it's such a.
I'm sure it is, but I don't think we're going to get to it. So, Chris, you need to be sane on your child's behalf. Okay. As far as the masturbation goes, give it to yourself right now. If you want to masturbate, do it. Stop judging.
Until somebody else gives it to you. You need someone else to give it to you, and you need to stop dwelling on the guy and the girl being ugly or whatever. Find a new guy for you.
And that super white trashy gene of focusing on the appearance of the new chick is completely adolescent and ridiculous.
You've got to move on.
You guys were saying, like, find a guy for me. Like, I'm not going to have every Tom, I'm not going to bring people around my child. I'm not going to do that.
All right, call it the Delamo. What?
She's not going to bring creepy guys around her child, which is clue number 2 or 3.
Because that's what happened to her, of course.
Something.
Right.
The point, Chris, really, what happened? Creepy guy, stepdad, bad boyfriend?
No, I swear to God, no.
Okay. All right. Listen.
Call you, ask your mom. Maybe you'll find out your dad left after he cheated. So anyway,
my dad left because my mom divorced him because he was an abusive alcoholic. I didn't see it. I would
well, there you go.
By the way, you did see it, and you saw it at a critical time in your development. That it has a profound effect on your brain development, seeing that stuff go down. Call Del Amo Hospital in Torrance. A guy named John Seeley there deals with exactly what you've got. Del Amo Hospital in Torrance, yes.
All right. Chris, do it on behalf of your kid, would you? Just take care of yourself. Here's the thing. Chris has major issues. Everyone, this is why you don't have a kid at 18 or 19. You're not prepared, in the best case scenario, to take care of the kid. But if you have some serious issues, then it's a train wreck. I mean, then you have a kid that you're doing damage to. It is child abuse.
It's not your life anymore. It's both of you.
Right. And the thing is, Drew, you know enough to know that it is child abuse for somebody who was abused, who never got any treatment for it, who's not prepared or fit to raise a child, to try to raise a child. You don't have to be beating them. You don't have to be sexually abusing them. You just have to be an unfit You just have to be an unfit parent.
It's just I wouldn't use a strong word like unfit. I think Charlie's got the more.
It's like the alligators.
Well, it's that trauma is transmitted intergenerationally, generation to generation. The trauma goes on. I was just thinking about Tom Arnold. He was telling me he's never been able to be in a relationship longer than the interval of time that passed between his birth and his mother's leaving, which was like 4 years. So he goes in a relationship for 4 years, and then he just has to sabotage it at 4 years. And and interestingly, at 4 years of age is when his mom took off.
He hasn't been able to keep a job for longer than 18 months either.
Different issue.
Okay. Here's the thing. Drew and I were talking about this the other night on one of our intimate cell phone conversations on the ride home. Because let me tell you something, people. Although this show is now basically just turned into me telling stories about my garbage man and old high school football.
And new television ideas.
New television ideas.
Great stories.
It is. The real work of the show takes place when Drew and I speak on our cell phones on the ride home. That's when the real work exploration happens. And we pretty much decided that almost everyone we knew took the path of their parents in terms of relationships. The folks that didn't get divorced, like Drew's parents never got divorced. And for Drew, divorce is not an option. Not only
my wife's parents never got divorced either. I mean, that's not something that ever comes up for us. It's not even on the screen. It's not even possible.
Okay, easy. Don't protest too much.
All right.
Turn the lights back.
A lot of people don't think, the reason it's not an option for Drew is because he never gets balls back from his wife.
That's one.
It's just buried in a mason jar somewhere, and there's a map written on the back of a IHOP placemat, and she'll never give it back to him. But it's really because his parents never got divorced and her parents never got divorced. It's not an option.
Monkey see, monkey do.
That's right. How dare you call Drew's wife a monkey? I heard
no, I don't mean it like that. I mean, my parents aren't divorced either.
The point is most of the people whose parents aren't divorced, they get married. It's not really an option that they get divorced. And then there's other people I know who seem to be getting divorced right about the same age their parents were when they got divorced, magically. So it makes an impact. And it's something that people don't really look at too much. But let me tell you this, kiddies. If you're marrying somebody some years from now and you find out that person was married 3 times before or their mom was married 6 times or something like that, if you talk to someone and they say, yeah, my dad was married 3 times, my mom was married 4 times, dad lives in Florida, mom lives in Arizona, what do you give? Drew, over under on the relationship? 3.5 years?
At max.
Marriage?
Even with it can still be a functional relationship if you're divorced, I think.
Oh, yeah, but I'm just saying, show me
divorce is gonna
someone
happen.
whose
It
mom...
just doesn't have to be hatred.
Show me someone whose mom or dad got divorced multiple times. You marry that person, you're getting divorced. You got to think about this, Charlie.
And why are you talking about Daniel like that? How dare you? How dare you?
All right. Now, Drew, you want to say Daniel is, or you just want to bring up random people's names?
It's Adam's. How do you want to? He's your producer.
All right.
And he had a mom that I don't want to divulge his person.
Here we go. Tony,
Yo.
22.
Yes.
What's up?
What's up, Vika?
Yeah, Vicar Christ. What's going on?
Actually, I called and I told the screen that I had a question for Charlie, but that was pretty much a lie.
Tony, you don't want to talk to me?
Well, you seem like a super guy.
Yeah. If I had more energy, I'd hang up on you, but go ahead.
All right, Tony, what do you got? What do you got not for me?
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Adam's been talking about how he's the best at receiving oral.
Yeah.
And I'd like to challenge that.
Oh, really? Bring it on.
Yeah.
Bring it.
All right, you want me to do a little theater of the mind?
Yeah, go ahead.
A little what?
Well, here's the thing.
Adam doesn't even need
someone
to.
better fill me in on this thing, because
first off-
I'm a little confused. So, Tony, take it easy on this one.
I will straighten
Easy
you
on
out.
my ears, buddy.
First off, I don't want any theater of the mind. I want puppetry of the penis. All right, number one. By the way, that's art. Bunch of numbnuts playing with their Johnson out on stage. Here's the thing. A lot of guys brag about how much they can please a woman, how good they are, oral on a woman. For me, I like to brag that I receive the best. That nobody receives oral like the ace man. Tony over here
thinks he can
receive better than me. I don't think a man has been born that can receive oral better than me.
Does he talk dirty? What do you talk dirty on it? What do you like? You just got to tell them they do it good, or you just done take it?
Listen,
Give him a load, Adam. Give him a shot. Come on.
First off,
Come on.
ask the Colonel what his 12 herbs and spices are. He's not going to tell you.
That's the man. All right, that's enough for me. I got it.
All right, go ahead, Tony. Let's hear how you can receive oral.
Okay, first, I like to, I started out, I put the hand on top of her head. Just do a little light caress.
No, this is already no good. This is no good.
It's already average.
It's bad.
It's already average.
Let's hear what you sound like.
Wait, Anna, you got to show Charlie what you do so he understands the context of this discussion.
I don't think he's ever done it for a guy. It'd be kind of.
He's not donkey punching her, is he?
It's weird. Let me hear. Drew, would you shut your trap? Tony, let's hear what you sound like. Let me just hear what it sounds like.
Oh yeah, that's nice. That's what that.
No,
yeah,
that's awful.
Look, it sounds like
I just heard it, and I could be like, God darn, sugar daddy, Mr. Long Girl, you got it going on.
Yeah.
Come on,
Tony. You sound like you're reading a teleprompter.
Tony, what did you write this on a piece of paper? And do you
horrible.
Tape it to her forehead when you read it?
You put a Post-it on her,
or at least the way we used to do the fridge magnet.
Yeah, that's right. Mountain technique.
All right, fine. I brought my B game, but
all right, let's see.
Another question.
See, I wish it was your C or D game.
Let's go. Give it one more try.
It's just gonna rag on me.
No, go ahead. One more try. Here we go. And action. Yeah.
Oh yeah, just like that. Oh,
I hope your mom's listening.
All right. Look,
just like that?
Here's the
nah,
deal.
You gotta tell her to correct it. Knock it in there, donkey
I'm
puncher.
watching the
Straighten
three
it
dudes
out.
right now. Come on.
All right. Marginally better than his first pass, but
a little better.
Yeah, not great. Let's talk to
well, Adam, you must show Charlie. You must show him.
I'm not showing. Drew, would you shut up? How many times I tell you I'm not doing this?
Just because your room's dark over there, don't be trying to tell us what we need to do here.
Yeah. All right. Georgianne?
Hi.
Hey, Georgianne.
Hey.
What's happening? You're 16.
Yes.
Oh, sorry, Georgianne.
I have a question for Charlie.
Here he is.
You are an extremely handsome man, and I just want to know why you had to resort to a TV show to find love.
It's not about resorting, Georgianne. It's about thousands of people applied for it, and it was an opportunity to ching or whatever. I mean, it was an opportunity to have thousands of girls apply for it, and the producers got to know me, and then after that, there's 25, and after that, it's up to me to knock down which girls are what and figure out what's right for me. And I can tell you that you can honestly find love in this situation. People are doing it on the internet. People are doing it by mail order, and it works.
Yeah, mail
whatever
order.
it is. And this one actually, it can happen.
Well, what are your aspirations in terms of performing or television or that sort of thing? I mean, what do you want to, when this is all over, would you like to be in front of the camera? Would you like to do a sitcom? Would you like to do features?
I don't know. I've done features. I've done sitcoms. I've done all that. It's honestly, this was not about that. This was an opportunity that, when it came to me, my brother and one of the producers was a friend of my brother. They said, "What do you think about being the next Bachelor?" And
to your brother.
My brother and him,
right?
Said, "What do you think about being the next Bachelor?" To me,
right?
And after getting that, I slept on it. I heard it in the morning, and I was like, "This sounds kind of crazy." But the thing is that I think I would have wondered my whole life,
right,
if I didn't take the opportunity. It's a fantastic opportunity to meet a girl.
Yeah. No,
it's a fantastic opportunity to meet 25 and then narrow it down from there.
And here's the thing, too, Drew, back me up here.
Yeah.
I feel like this question gets asked more and more, especially with these reality TV shows. Like, why were you...
I have to feel like I have to defend the other guys.
Here's what people don't realize. There's shades of gray in life. There was probably 60% of you that wanted to do this and 40% of you that thought, what the hell am I getting myself into?
Yeah, because I got to defend these questions that are just...
No, people act like you were born wanting to be the Bachelor. If somebody came up to almost anyone listening to the show and said, you want to go on Survivor, you want to be the Bachelor, you want to be the female on the Bachelor, whatever, 90% of the people would go, yeah, sure, I'll go for it. Yeah, it doesn't make them a bad person.
No, it's pretty much the same thing. And like you're good looking. Why do you have to be ugly to be the Bachelor? Why do you have to?
It'd be funny.
Well, they've done it, or whatever it is. I'm telling you that this thing was something that I came out, and the reason why I got changed is because when I said I was going to do it, I'm going to do it to try to find a girl.
Right.
And I'm not doing it in a fairy tale land. And at the end of this thing, the only thing that can make it destructive is if I flim-flam the girls and made it like a fairy tale world.
What did you learn anything? Was there did you walk away with some message? Is there something that you changed?
I haven't walked away yet, and I can tell you that you're definitely going to be surprised at the ending because I truly am. I've got two great girls, and I plan on sticking with one of them. And that's why I took time after the show to try to really figure it out because I want it to last.
Does it sort of make you... Yeah.
I say any life lessons you learned from this process?
Life lessons? No. I mean, I think I really knew the ones beforehand going into it were like girls... just looking for girls that went on it for the right reason or went on it for the wrong reason.
Let me ask you this, Charlie. Are the two that you're with now the two that you were sort of initially thought, those are the ones when you first met them?
Interesting.
I think guys are that way, by the way. I think
you gotta wait and see. I think because right where we are in the thing, I don't want to give away what's what.
Well, let me ask you this without trying to corner you, because I do think it's a really interesting question. Obviously, you see 25 women and you have almost immediate feelings based on whatever chemistry, looks, whatever.
And the first 2 minutes are just personality.
Right. Did that go away as the show progressed, or
with some yes and with some no? You know, there's some girls that I really dug on the first 2 minutes that then it flips around and you're like.
Right.
The girl just has a good 2 minutes. You can have a good 2 minutes at a bar with anybody and then realize that it's the wrong, just you can have a good 2 minutes and you can also have a nervous 2 minutes because you got to realize that you're on TV and these girls, they're nervous.
Right.
I want to
you got 2 minutes, you're...
Yes.
Yeah.
Follow in one sense, and this you may not be able to answer this one, but was there anybody, sometimes you have a real strong, oh my God, with somebody. Did you have anything like that in the first few minutes?
I had it with a few girls that I was like, this girl I definitely think could last because just from the first day I was like, I'm really attracted to this girl. This girl's really great, and you can definitely have that. But after getting to know them and spending more time, then it comes down to, do I want a pretty girl? Yeah, I want a girl that I find attractive. Yeah. And then after that, it's all personality, and it's all making me. I'm a big laugh guy. I think even on your bad day, you should be able to have a giggle about it.
Yeah.
Just don't take life so seriously. That's how I am.
We need to, by the way, take a break. Charlie,
don't be so serious, Adam. Jeez.
I know. I got to start having a laugh.
Now you're the one throwing breaks in.
Charlie,
right.
I know, always running late. Charlie was nice enough to stay an extra 24 minutes with us, and we do appreciate it. The Bachelor is Monday nights, 9 o'clock on ABC. Charlie O'Connell. Tell your brother to come in here, by the way.
Absolutely.
And bring his hot girlfriend. Nice to meet you, by the way.
All right, nice meeting you guys.
We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back after this. Hey, everybody, it's Loveline. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew in Detroit, Motor City tonight. Tomorrow night, the Killers are going to be in studio. We'll say good night to Charlie O'Connell. And Drew, something that engineeress Michelle brought to my attention. Remember at the end of the night last night, I said the Dr. Doolittle animal, the push me, pull me?
I said push me, pull you.
And you said it's push me, pull you?
Is that wrong?
What do you think, baby?
I could have sworn it's push and pull you. Michelle, how do you know that's not that?
Because I just looked it up.
She got on the internet.
Push me, pull me? You're a lesbian. Push me, pull me?
Push me, pull me.
You're a lesbian. Yeah. I would bet. I would almost.
Drew, you're very
I'm
sure. I'm
usually wrong. I'm usually wrong, but I'm rarely this sure of myself.
Usually?
No, I'm usually wrong.
Usually?
I'm always wrong, but I'm rarely this sure of myself.
That's true. And here's the thing about Drew. And to be fair to Drew, when he is in his field of expertise, he has an incredibly high batting average. As soon as he steps out of it, he
One micron.
He really turns into like a junior college student who suffered blunt force head trauma. Just zero understanding anything. But he does pull one out of his ass every once in a while.
And usually because I know I'm that brain-injured JC student, I'll back down real easily.
Yeah, but this is one Drew took a stand on.
Yeah, I'm not
backing down. Wow.
Yeah.
So I thought it was, and Dr. Doolittle is a little more in your wheelhouse than mine because I never really saw the original movie. Now, for a lot of people, they don't know. I think there was one, 1960 or something. There was the original Dr. Doolittle, and then, of course, Eddie Murphy made it later. But I don't think they had the push me, pull, whatever, and the more recent Eddie Murphy version of the Dr. Doolittle. So you got to go way back. I'm not even sure I even saw that one with, Richard Chamberlain or something. I can figure out who that was. Who
the
was
guy
that,
from Rex Harrison.
Rex Harrison.
Yes.
Yeah. So anyway,
I'm going to have to go rent the video, and I know exactly where in the film it is, in fact, toward the end.
All right.
So,
now, also, I thought it looked like a llama. And
it was a llama.
Michelle says it's a donkey, so that's...
No. Then it's the wrong animal. It was a two-headed llama.
That's what I thought.
It says right here, two-headed donkey.
I'm just telling you, I guarantee you, that I'm absolutely 1,000%
passion.
sure of.
Oh.
You hear the passion coming through.
So you got the wrong animal. It's the problem.
I'm reading it from the fairy tale book.
Yeah, I understand, but in the film, look up the film with Rex Harrison. That's what we're talking about.
Okay.
I think they got rid of the donkey because it had a drinking problem, and they just put a two-headed llama in there. Yeah. All right, I was a little confused about the donkey too, but it's also interesting that it is called the push me, pull me in the original thing.
Yeah,
Get on there, straighten that out.
Look at push me, pull you. Look at push me, pull you, and reference the film.
Let me tell you something. I spent 10 minutes with engineer Chris on that after the show last night. It was a disaster.
Oh no.
Melanie?
Hello.
You're 18?
Mm-hmm.
You're questioning your sexuality?
Mm-hmm.
Come to the right place.
You're a lesbian.
Please.
Well, I don't know yet.
All right. What's going on?
Well, something happened to me when, between the ages of 5 and 8 for about 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how related this is, but I had a best friend, and our friendship started out, and we would look at my dad's porno magazines and stuff, and then we started acting stuff out with each other.
There you go. No, nothing to do with it. Nothing, Adam. Nothing.
Well, what got her started? What got her started back then?
No. Come on. This stuff always has something to do with it. And
what? You mean the porn?
No. Well, the early sexualization and then the confusion with the boundary violations with a peer or with an adult.
I know it's
not as
thing.
Traumatizing when it's a peer.
No, it's not. But what motivated her when she was 8?
What motivated her was the friend had been sexually abused by somebody and was violating all the boundaries. That's what happened.
She didn't say her friend pushed it along.
Well, that's what happened.
Well, Drew, you refuse to accept that kids do a lot of this kind of stuff.
They do a lot of sort of fishing around, but they don't go sexual. They aren't acting towards intercourse.
Well, their fishing around would be considered sexual if it was two adults. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, they're getting naked and they're looking at each other's parts and stuff.
Yeah, but there's no sense of what a purpose or direction or drive is what I'm saying. Unless somebody
you know what I think it is. I think it's minus all the. It's sort of like sitting in the car and never starting it up. Mm-hmm. But they know what they're doing, but there's no fuel behind it because there's no hormones and there's no testosterone and there's no, you're in the body of a child. Right. I think they understand almost in a weird way the sexual part of it. They certainly understand that if an adult came down the hall, they would jump under the covers and not be seen. Right. I mean, they understand that they're doing something wrong and they understand there's a sexual nature to it. But at 8, what the hell are you going to do? I mean, you don't have any drive.
But if they start actually engaging in oral sex or having intercourse, then you've got something weird going on, something that's somebody else induced in one of those kids.
Most likely. Melanie?
Yeah.
Who drove this sexual escapade along?
Well, she was 3 years older than me.
Now we're getting somewhere.
Well, we were just really close friends, and I was a really sexual little kid. So
what does that mean? What does that mean?
It's creepy.
I don't know. I was just kind of sexual. I don't really know how to put it.
All right, but listen, Melanie, and maybe you can't answer this, but I asked who sort of drove it. When she came over, who said, let's go look at the magazines? You or was it her? Who said, let's get naked and jump in the pool? Was it you or was it her? Who drove it?
Initially, it was her, but then I would say the same thing.
Yeah, once she broke it open, violated all the boundaries.
Do you think she was sexually abused?
Actually, yeah, a few years ago,
Adam, will you apologize to me now?
No.
Her uncle, would rape her, and
well,
Adam, will you apologize to me now?
I will, but listen, hold on a second. First off, I thought she was a peer. The second I found out she was 3 years older, that's
a peer. One was 6, one was 9.
No, one was. I thought she started. It went from 8 to 11 or something like that. 3 years is a pretty healthy difference when you're a kid.
Well,
that's
10.
3 grades.
Yeah,
it's pretty big when you're 6 too. Even 6. How old did you get? What were your ages?
I met her when I was 5, and then we stayed friends for a long time, but kind of got involved in that kind of stuff for about 3 years. So it was 5 to 8.
5 to 8, Adam. Come on. Of course it was because she was sexually abused by her uncle. Of course that's what happened.
Now she's 3 years older than her. I thought they're both 5-year-olds when she
Even
started
if they were both
telling
5-year-olds, this is the story. This is always the story of an adult sexually abusing a child who then comes on to another child. That's how that works.
Well, it depends what they're doing, though, Drew.
Yes,
she didn't make it clear what she was doing. She said, I was 5, I had a peer, we looked at dirty magazines, and we fooled around. I said that doesn't necessarily mean sexual abuse. Now, if she's putting a wooden spoon up her and she's 3 years older, then it definitely means it. I'm just saying to you, you don't have to jump to it immediately. Yeah, this is certainly unfolding that way, and now you're right. So what did you guys do together?
Oh, we would just, one would pretend to be the boy and the other was the girl, and we would kiss and, dry hump each other, but we didn't stick anything inside one another.
Were you, but you would be naked? Yes?
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right, so it sounds like there was something going on, but it wasn't as severe, let's say, as some of the stuff we've heard over the years. Still a, boundary this and boundary that.
Enough to really confuse, to scramble your sexual identity.
But not enough, I don't believe, to do it if you had no capacity to be with a woman, let's say.
Oh, but I will tell you for sure, every time, I see this stuff all the time. All the time. When those kinds of violation results in, not necessarily, she's not saying I'm a lesbian, I love women. She's saying I'm confused.
Oh, all right.
I see that all
it's
the time.
enough. It's enough to get that start. It's enough to get you going down that road.
Right, exactly.
Because I think women are really beautiful, and I'd like to, touch some of them. But when I think about...
Who cares? Well, wait a minute, Anderson. She may be hot. In which case we care.
But don't all women want to touch women?
No.
But I don't really want to take it any further than that.
Okay. Well, look, you must be attractive, obviously, or you wouldn't be sharing this with us. Are you good looking?
Yeah, I'm pretty good looking.
I'll tell you why. Because ugly chicks are like, nobody gives a rat's ass about them thinking about other women every once in a while. It's like, yeah, all right, fatty. Come on, freshen up my drink, would you?
Oh my
Empty
God.
the ashtray.
Oh my God.
Look, it's sad. It's sad but true. Okay, you're hot. You got tampered with when you were young. You're scrambled just a little bit. Doesn't sound like you're a lesbian. Sounds like you have some sexual feelings toward women. Do whatever you want. But how about maybe a little therapy for the scrambling that went on? You're not going to correct it through experimenting with women.
No.
I think people think it's going to come into focus if they try it. It's not like a food that you're wondering about.
Right, not at all.
If it's a dish, it's pretty easy to figure out. You just go, I've never had Thai food before. And then you go to a Thai food restaurant, and when you leave, you go, all right, either I'm into this or I'm not, but it's all in very sharp focus now.
Or you might go, maybe that wasn't the right restaurant. I'll try one more time. No, out, not me.
Yeah, you wouldn't even do that. I think you'd just do it and say screw it, or you'd be into it. But the point is with sex, it just tends to make things even more confusing.
Yeah,
so
that's right.
Get some therapy, and maybe this will come into focus. And if not, do your thing. Don't get pregnant, and you don't have to declare a major. You're 18. Who cares?
Have a good time.
I got a Dr. Doolittle answer here before we go to break.
I found it too on the internet.
Emmett?
Yeah.
15.
Yeah.
What do you know about Dr. Doolittle?
It's push me, pull you.
Thank you.
Is the
vindication.
Well, not total vindication, because it's in the original stories, Push Me, Pull Me.
Yeah.
But Drew was talking about the movie. I will give him that.
In the 1967 movie, it's Push Me, Pull You.
Thank you.
Correct. It's Push Me, Pull You in the 1967 movie.
And it's a llama. And it's a llama.
Yes.
Thank you.
Well, hold on. Don't give me... What's with the thank you and the llama? I told you it was a llama last night.
Well, then you should... Then stop referencing the donkey's name.
I did. How dare you? Engineeress Michelle pulled the thing up on her own without any prompting from the Ace Man or the Vicar of Christ. Pulled it up on her own. Stopped me from wrong. And said, I'm looking at the original story of Dr. Doolittle, and it's called Push Me, Pull Me, and it's a donkey. And when she said it's a donkey, I said, wait a minute, a donkey? It's a llama. And that's when you came on the line. So, my hands are clean here. I'm going to say this, Drew.
It's a push.
Well, obviously you got your answer from somewhere, and I got my answer from somewhere. Mine was Mine was from the story. Yours is from the movie. I'm giving this one to Dr. Drew. The llama is a push, but I was thinking of the movie when I said that, and therefore, Dr. Drew, correct everyone. Please, everyone take a moment. Remember where they were when Dr. Drew was right.
When I stood by something I actually knew.
Savor. That's
Thank
right.
you.
All right, we'll take a quick break. We'll be right back after this. Yeah, everybody. Loveline. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew in Detroit. Now, Drew.
Yeah.
You're in a hotel with a bunch of cool cars?
Oh, it's amazing. It's a hotel like the Westin in Los Angeles, the big cylindrical thing with the window. And where at the very bottom floor.
I thought that was the Bonaventure.
Bonaventure, the Westin Bonaventure. There's a huge car museum, and they switch the cars out apparently real regularly. Now down there's all these old Cadillacs, and just very cool. It's amazing.
Motor City, everybody.
Yeah.
That's where it all started. They love their cars over there.
Oh, wow. The conventions, everyone here is about cars. Everything. It's weird.
I know. L.A., nobody drives more cars, but seems to care less about them.
It's you know what it is? I never really realized every person in this town is doing business around the automobile. Everybody. They're having conventions. They're having business. It's all about the car.
Well, I like to go there my own self.
Well,
Drew,
you're supposed to have.
No, look, I told him, Drew, you're doing an upfront for Discovery Channels. I told him I'd do New York and L.A., and that's what I'm sticking with. Drew, over there in Detroit, we're out here in Los Angeles. The Killers in here tomorrow night. We're excited about that. Get back to the phone, speak to Krista, who's 16. Krista?
Mm-hmm.
What's happening?
Hi, how are you tonight?
Good, what's going on?
I had a question. I've been with my boyfriend for a year and a half almost.
Mm-hmm.
And we are sexually active, and it seems like I have the inability to achieve or sustain an orgasm.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just wondering, is it because I'm not, like, emotionally feeling, or I'm thinking too much?
Well, look, here's the thing. At 16, all bets are off. Yeah.
Right.
Your wiring may not, you may never come online, by the way, but at 16, you're just not going to do it, or at least most people aren't going to do it. So don't freak out about that.
I was just wondering, because I was born with a thyroid problem.
What kind?
I was low on my thyroid, and I'm currently taking...
That won't affect anything, really. It really, as long as you didn't go so long with it undetected that it had neurological effects, which these days essentially never happens.
They detect that. I mean, now, were you overweight as a child or a baby?
I wasn't overweight. I was chubby until my 9th grade year. And
What you don't know, Adam, is that the term cretin was really describing children that grew up without thyroid. They turned into cretins.
Oh, really?
Cretinism, yeah.
You know, it's funny. In England, they call them cretins.
Ooh.
Yeah.
How do you know that?
I had a stripper girlfriend that was from England.
That's right. That's right.
She would call me cretin. I was like, all right, is that a compliment? Oh, you mean cretin?
You're a cretin.
I'll call you a
Oh, my God.
Well, what are you going to do? You can mispronounce stuff, so can I.
And that goes on the radio. That's interesting.
Well, I didn't say.
What are you going to do? What are you going to do?
Yeah, I mean, look, you can't say the S word, but you could say Shazad or something, right? I mean, hell, it's a big Jewish telethon. All right, so, Krista.
Mm-hmm.
Where the hell were we? Trying to figure out what could get on the radio.
She's worrying too much about this. You're worrying way too much about this.
No, I'm not. I was just curious. Like, I haven't learned much about my thyroid problem until just about now. And doesn't, like, a thyroid gland, like, does it something about producing hormones?
Yeah, forget it. Forget about the thyroid. It's not an issue for you.
All right. Here's the part. I'll tell you my favorite part about doing this show. Thyroid problem. Were you overweight as a child? No. I was chubby until I was in the 9th grade.
And then just to follow on that, I tell her that these days that's never an issue. They replace the thyroid immediately. Okay. Well, I was wondering if my thyroid problem. Okay.
Right. Krista, you were overweight as a child, though, right?
Not too much overweight.
But chubby.
Chubby. Not overweight.
Not overweight. Chubby. Right. You were fat, not overweight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You were the right weight. You were just chubby. It's like all those people you see walking around. They're 6 foot. They're 140 pounds. Not overweight, but chubby. Drew, is there a big difference between chubby and overweight?
No.
I didn't say morbidly obese, right?
Like chubby to me seems even like really overweight.
Overweight to me means, well, maybe he's big boned. You know what I'm saying?
Overweight means you really are outside where you're above the weight you should be. Chubby means you're way over the weight you should be.
Chubby is sort of, it's you might as well just call yourself roly-poly.
Right.
And, Drew, they did one of those things, by the way, where they did that, they removed the 800-pound guy from his house in, like, Long Island or something today. Yeah. You know, where they're coming in with the crane They got to use the harness they use at the aquarium to move sea life from like tank to tank.
Oh my
and
God.
they got to use the stake bed truck and everything. And the worst part is they got to blow out the front door every time. And I just started thinking a couple things. Always the news reporters are always like this. They always tell the same story. It's like, well, he was average weight once upon a time, but over the last 15 years, he's, shocking. Of course, he put weight on over a period of time. Here's my thing. When I get to 500 pounds, I move out to the garage. A nice big door, about a 12-foot door. You can back it up, back the stake bed up with dignity and roll me right onto it. No blowing out. I'll tell you the worst part about blowing out the front door. It's not the part where you have to blow out the front door. It's the part where the entire neighborhood has to gather because the truck and the film crews, the flatbeds, and the guy fires up the jaws of life and starts pulling the front door jam off the hinges, and that's now the entire neighborhood's out on the street. And there also seems to be this rule that guys who get up to 800 pounds, somehow nobody works in that neighborhood. Everyone is just spilled out on the front lawn. They're holding a Diet Coke, they're watching the festivities.
What is that?
I don't know. You never see the guy. You never see the truck with the sling on it and the stake bed pull up to some place in Beverly Hills. It's always that same row house in New Jersey where all the roofs are connected, and you can only tell it's a different house because they change roofing every 20 feet. And everyone has to pour out, and it turns into a block party. Hey, look, Jules is being moved again. Hustle out and bring the video camera. This is going to be humiliating. Poor guys out there. And I don't know what it costs, but I mean, there's a stake bed, there's like forklifts, there's half the fire department. I mean, it literally has to be, $100 grand just to get the guy to the hospital. But they blow out the front door. There's going to be a piece of plywood on it for the next 4 years too. And it'll be like, what happened? What happened? Drunk driver lost control. No, we moved my husband.
Moved him out.
Had to move him out. Why'd they have to cut a hole in it? 800 pounds. This is uncomfortable. We're going to take ourselves a little bit of a break. We'll be right back after this. Well, that's the show. Went by quickly, so it must have been a good show. Yes, Drew?
Must have been.
Drew is over in Detroit and is going to be in Chicago, I believe.
No, I got to be in Detroit again tomorrow.
Oh, I thought you were in Chicago doing the upfronts.
No, that was yesterday. I missed that.
Dr. Drew in the hizzy.
Are you doing the upfronts?
Yeah.
Tomorrow?
Yep.
Oh, okay. You're doing the Detroit upfronts.
Yes.
And you never did do the Chicago.
No, I had to go to Kansas State yesterday, and so I missed that one.
Huh? Good times.
Yeah.
All right. We'll be back tomorrow night with the Killers in studio. And until next time, this is Adam Carolla for Dr. Drew saying, mahalo.
God darn, sugar daddy, Mr. Long Girl, you got it going on.